Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today in RAID Shadow Legends. I am not alone. I have a first-time guest on the channel, and I am super excited for it. He is big. He's the papa. He's Drock. Drock, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, dude, doing well, man. Thank you so much for having me on the channel, and an honor to be here, bro.
It is an honor to have you, man, and we got a good topic lined up for folks out there. We're gonna jump into all the... I'm being a little hyperbolic, but all the controversy around the is Rathalos the best login or better than Ninja or whatever. But first, real quick, guys, I want to give a massive shout out to today's video sponsor. It's 8th Era. Now, before you even think about skipping this ad, give me 2 seconds here. Give me 10 seconds here. This is a great opportunity for you guys. It's getting in on the ground floor of an alpha version of a new game in this genre that's coming soonish, hopefully around this year, but you can get involved right away, right? It's a mobile turn-based RPG. Again, 8th Era. You can see some of the art here. I've been working with this company for a while, and let me tell you, it's the Nice Gang, and they are... well, they're really nice. They're really nice. They care about the community and they want your feedback, okay? Go onto the website. I'll have it linked in the show notes below in the pinned comment. Go in there and sign up for the 8th Era Alpha in January 2024, and you can win exclusive physical rewards. So just go ahead and enter your email. You'll be in the Alpha. Now, the first 50 players to successfully complete all stages in the new Alpha, right, in normal and hard difficulties will receive an exclusive limited edition coin by mail. Now, unfortunately, this only applies to North American players out there, North American iOS for the Alpha, okay? But check this out, guys. I got my hands on one. It's really cool. They give you this this minted coin if you're one of the first 50 players, which is awesome. And you'll have the opportunity to provide feedback on the game and really start to shape a game that, who knows, you could be really seriously hooked into in the future later on this year and beyond, right? So again, taking a look at some of the art here, it's a mobile turn-based RPG, as I already mentioned. It takes place 10,000 years in the future, which is really cool. It's just got like an interesting storyline that I have not previously seen in the genre. You have to take down a super evil supercomputer, the Harmony AI that reigns supreme over the world. Wow, that strikes a very realistic chord that could absolutely be the future, maybe even beyond, or maybe even much sooner, I should say, than 10,000 years in the future. And again, guys, be on the lookout for this game. Even if you're outside NA or an Android user, be on the lookout, because I have a feeling this will be the first, but far from the last time that you hear of this game. Thank you so much, 8th Era, for sponsoring today's video. Before we get to all of that, since this is your first time here on the channel, tell us a little bit about you, man. Like how long you've been playing RAID, how long you've been making content.
Oh man, I've been playing RAID for just about 3 years now, and making content for about 3 years as well. But prior to that, I was a TV actor and did like video games and voiceover work and on-camera work, so you can find me in like Red Dead 2 and video games like that. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey. You want to give us a little, do you have the mic settings right? I don't know. You want to give us a little? I might blow out the mic, but like I played like a cowboy in Red Dead where I was like, I'm gonna kill you, Arthur. You're gonna die. You know, that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. That was great. We're gonna have another collab with just impression. I don't know. Some people really... just voice acting in general, they really it just hits them in a certain way, and I'm one of those people. Like, I can listen to someone just do voices all day, so that's cool, man. They need some voice acting in RAID Shadow Legends, dude. I know, man. Right? I've tried to like ask him, like, hey man, do you need anybody for some of those commercials or Call of the Arbiter work? I mean, I'm available. Throw me in there, but it hasn't happened yet. So maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe they'll see this video and be like, you know what, Drock, we'll give you a try. We'll let you audition. So fingers crossed. You know what, Player M, I know you're watching. You know what, you definitely need a cowboy faction, and we have our perfect cowboy voice actor right here.
First off, there's no salary.
Boom, done. Awesome to getting to know you a little bit, man. But we're here to talk about the real important stuff.
So you think art is not important?
And that is, there's been 9. I want to say 7, 9. Well, I have them all listed. There's been a lot of daily logins, right? So I wanted to kind of just rank them with you. And the biggest thing that I want to combat here, man, is recency bias, right? I don't want to just say, because no viewers, no new players want to hear that their new legendary is not the best, right? Not the favorite, right? And B, the recency bias, I find is a big thing. I feel like people always, not always, oftentimes just overvalue the most recent, you know?
Staying the Lulu is the Sululu.
But anyway, I want to get your thoughts. We have not pre-discussed anything here. So you're the guest, man, not to put you on the spot, but you want to say who you think the worst is, and I'll tell you if I disagree along the way. Is that?
Man, this is a tough call, but I kind of feel like it has to be maybe Alexander. I think,
not a maybe. I think.
I think it's Alexander the sniper. I mean, he's. I don't think I've ever once used him in the game.
How dare you judge me?
I got him and I was like, nah. Don't know how I feel about this guy. Don't think he really has a place. So yeah, I think he's gonna have to be the number 9 worst login legendary for me.
Okay, I don't think we need to spend a lot of time talking about this. I agree. Although I will say one thing, I'm not a hater. I think a lot of people hate this dude. I'm not a hater because when he, at the time, this is going back like what, 2 years ago now, maybe 3 years. Yeah. When he was introduced, like at the very least, like other than War Maiden, there's not a lot of accessible AoE decreased defense, you know, champions for new players. And when they give these champions out to new players, you know, you got to think of it and from the perspective of someone just starting out, and it's like, yeah, I'll take that, you know. So I'm not as big of a hater, but I'm also not like, obviously I have him last two. So
you're not as like biggest cheerleader.
I'm not going to go on a limb and say that Alexander the Sharpshooter is the most underrated legendary of the game. But yeah, so that's Alexander. All right, who do we have? Do you want me to go next, or do you want to keep it running?
Yeah, you go next. You go next. I'm curious. I'm curious to hear.
Well, this is where things get really hard because everybody's good, I feel like. After this,
it hurt my feelings. It made me cry.
So just to set the table here, guys, we got Sun Wukong, we got Ultimate Death Knight, we got Rhonda, we have Deliana, we have Artak, Rathalos.
Rathalos, yes.
Okay,
I think that's the whole list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Deliana, but this is like, it doesn't. I'm not comfortable going Deliana though, man, because like. I think she's really good. Do you agree that it's Deliana next? And B, how do you feel about Deliana?
I definitely agree it's Deliana. I actually think that's definitely the way to go. I think she's a little bit underrated in terms of she's not like some of the more god tier ones that they've released. You know, having block buffs is so important now in so many different game modes. You know, you can use it in Arena, you can use it in Centranos, you can use it in Doom Tower, you can use it basically everywhere. So I think that's a very underrated skill that she has, but I don't know if she's on the level of some of the other ones. So I think this is the right choice. This is how I would go as well.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Deliana is I was never a fan, honestly. Like I would have no brainer put her at second worst a year ago. But now with all the HP only content, Secret Rooms, Curse City, whatever, dude, she smacks, man. Like I don't know if you've used her a lot, but like she's up there, like maybe a notch below or really close to like Eric's type HP based damage, you know?
Yeah, she actually is a lot better than I initially thought. And I had the same opinion as you. Like I never used her, but having to have built her for Centranos, I was like, wow, Deliana can actually hit pretty freaking hard.
If that's the case, then the damage has been done.
I'm going to hit you now.
Wasn't expecting that. So definitely better than I initially thought for sure. And HP-based champions, you're absolutely right. So useful now, especially in like keeping them alive.
Absolutely. And you know, stun sets, leeches, easy to build with accuracy. So friendly to new players in a lot of ways too. Okay. Next up, you're up, Drock.
Oh no, man. This is honestly,
things are getting really hard now.
So hard now because I think it really comes down to like how do you play raid, right?
Yeah.
I'm cracking. I'm live arena. I almost entirely do arena-based content as my focus. So I look at these lists. It's like, who's going to help me the most?
And if you guys love live arena, let me rudely interject, but to do it to promote you, you guys need to check out Drock's channel.
Oh, stop it.
Like, you need to check it out. Seriously. Like, I love obviously it's end game stuff.
Yeah.
But even your builds, I feel like even your average player can take away like, ooh, I like that combo. I like that build. I like what he's doing there, you know?
That's always the goal. Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, people get something out of it, even if they don't have like 7,000 level 4 fully ascended champions or awakened champions like I do. But so yeah, this is where it gets really hard because these are all really good champions.
Sun Wukong, UDK, Rhonda, Rathalos, Artak.
Maybe I'm a hater, but I kind of want to put Rathalos here. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe he's better. Maybe that's really undervaluing him. But
okay, well, no matter where you put it, it's tough because people are going to have a problem with this pick more than anything because like
For sure.
they're all A tier plus at this point, you know, like they're all good, right? You know,
They're all really good. I mean, you could argue also maybe Artak belongs here. But then again, if you're not doing any arena content, do you put Ultimate Death Knight here? I'm torn, Ash. I can't make a decision. Help me out here, buddy.
I'm just making faces in the background. You can't see me. I'm like, ooh.
I'm dying. I don't know.
You got to go somewhere. You got to go.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Rathalos. Yeah, I'm going with Rathalos. You know what? There it is. It's a scary thing because he's obviously very good.
New.
And
people are gonna hate you.
They're gonna hate me so hard. They're gonna be like, dude, this guy is so out of touch.
What the heck are you talking about, man?
RAID?
You just changed my whole account and you're okay. So good old Rathalos, man. Okay, this is great. First of all, I would not have put him here, but I would have put him the next one. You know?
Okay, that's interesting. So I'm curious
I agree with you. I think
after this.
Well, I'll tell you, my next choice will be who I would have put here, and we'll flip flop them. But either way, this is awesome because this is like the crux of what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I'm not a hater of Rathalos. You know, he's your choice. You give your little spiel on him first, and then I'll piggyback on that.
Okay, so what I'll say is I think why I'm putting Rathalos here is
You better come up with something, kid, or I'm going to take you to court.
I do think he's really good. Again, I think he is a great champion and an awesome login champion. But when I look at the champions that are left, I feel like they're better in whatever area of content that they're looking to do. So really what it comes down to me and why I'm putting him here is like, if I look at other champions, I just think I can use them in more areas, or they're like the creme de la creme of those specific areas and what they can do in the game. So that's kind of why I end up putting him here. I mean, his damage is great. He's got a great kit. He's got a really awesome passive. He's obviously great for clan boss. You can do awesome things in Hydra with him. But I just feel like maybe we've overrated him a tiny bit. I know, don't hate me.
You know what, dude? I always thought it's better to get hate and then to give a populist opinion. So I really respect you for that. And honestly, I feel the exact same way. I feel like he's a beast, man. I really do. I feel like he is a beast, and he helps out like thousands, if not a million players. I don't know. Like almost everybody who gets your hands on him will be using him somewhere. And that's why all these champions are great. But I also, you know, great in clan boss, right? Too, like both clan bosses. So I got nothing bad to say about him. I just think that he's 100% definitively better than Ninja Talk, which I've seen. Like, first of all, I love all creators, bro, and I know you're the same way. Like, I've said a bunch of stupid things, and maybe it's not stupid. Maybe you guys agree, but I kind of, when I see, like, it's not just one. I'm not even thinking one creator. I'm just thinking I've seen it come across my feed a bunch about better than Ninja specifically. I don't even know why Ninja gets compared to him because they're quite different. But all that being said, dude, I agree with you, man. I don't think he's better than Ninja. I don't think he's better than Artak. I don't think he's better than everybody else that we don't have on the list, that we haven't sent the list yet.
Well, get it fixed, Chief. It's free.
Rathalos, we love him. We just don't put him higher than everybody else.
Yeah, I'm curious who you'd flip-flop, though. Who are you thinking would be...
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm curious.
You're obviously not going to agree with this because you didn't put him there, but I'm not a hater, and she's really good. But Rhonda is who I would put.
Oh, okay, sure.
I mean, it's close. But personally, I think that Rhonda is all about damage, but she has extra that she brings to the table, like the block passive and active skills, joining on attacks. She definitely has a more unique kit in some ways, but I think they're very close in my mind. And I do think the Rathalos, to where he shines in clan bosses, and you can still use him in a PvP environment, even though he's not like, you're not going to see him in like live arena gold 4 or whatever. But like, I still think that where Rhonda might get him in PvP, I think that Rathalos gets her maybe in some situations in PvE. So it's close. I would go Rhonda. Would you go Rhonda next, or do you like Rhonda?
This is a great point, right? This is like where our backgrounds as creators, I think, diverge, because I'm so PvP centric. I think about Rhonda. I'm like, oh my God, Rhonda, baby, give me more Rhonda.
How about you start by breaking up your friendship with him?
Not just because she's a great or was a great UFC fighter, but because in live arena and in arena, she is so, I feel like, underrated, or at least was in the past. Like now people have caught on, and she can just dominate in arena and is so good, assuming you don't have 6-star polymorph, against people like Taras or Marichka. So I love Rhonda. I could absolutely see putting her next though, because I do agree with you. She doesn't have the same level of like, you're not going to pull her out in PvE unless you necessarily have to most of the time. So I think that's her one downside. But man, she smacks in arena.
She's great, and to be fair, like she is great in a lot of PvE areas too, like Fire Knight. I mean, she's got hits on hits on hits.
That's actually a good point. Yes.
So maybe you're right. Maybe Rhonda is over Rathalos, and maybe it's the recency bias getting me. But I would put her again slightly below. But either way, so it sounds like Rhonda might not even be your next choice.
You know, if I were looking at this from a purely like arena type lens, absolutely not. But when you're talking about what you're saying, you know, just other content, I think you make a really valid point. And I do kind of see how she could end up right here, because some of the other champions that are left, I mean, I think about all the areas of the game I use them in. I'm like, yeah, they're actually really, really, really good and super useful in multiple areas. If not PvP as well. So yeah, I'm comfortable with Rhonda here.
Are you sure? Okay. You're talking me into Rhonda. I'm feeling bad. I'm like, dude, maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know.
The arena lover in me, you know, will always have a special place in my heart. But you know what? I think you might be right, Ash. I can agree with this placement.
Okay. So I go Rhonda. Now we're down to Sun Wukong, Artak, Ninja, and UDK.
And UDK, man, this is tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody stop shooting me!
Golly goodness, this is really tough. Oh, I don't want to put him here, but I think I'm going to put him here because I feel he is such an arena specialist. I'm going to go Ultimate Death Knight. And maybe I'm crazy for doing that because he has come to dominate the arena so much.
Do you love him or do you hate him?
I hate him. I hate him. You know, I love him, but I also hate him because he's slowed down arena immensely and has made everything an absolute grind. And I think, again, this comes back to like polymorph type debates, which, you know, us Kraken whale people think about all the time when we're in super high level arena. But I think the thing with UDK is that's like his number one use case far and away. You can use him in other content, but I don't think he's nearly as good as like someone like a Ninja or some of these other champions who, I mean, are basically like just game changers in PvE. So I'm going to go UDK with the caveat that, you know, my arena heart is hurting right now with Rhonda and then UDK. It hurts bad.
Well, we have another flip-flop. I put UDK next, but not here.
I love this.
Yeah, no, but we're along the same like line of thought though. So we're just like a one-off. But so on UDK, I think am like the only creator that I've ever heard that doesn't hate you, poor UDK. I get it. I totally understand that he's on every arena team. I get that he's slowed down the arena. I hear, you know, Saf constantly complain about, I hear everybody complain about him, and I get it. But then like, I think he's been like, instead of nerfing some of the most pervasive champions in the arena before UDK, like the Rhodoses and whatnot, I feel like introducing viable options for counterplay is always like the way to go. And I feel like in a lot of ways, even outside the arena, I feel like a lot of ways, because I can speak, I did a free-to-play account like when he came out, you know, and dude, he was my main spider tank. He was solo and ice golem for me, basically, because of his didn't need him passive or whatever, you know. He powers up so much for each dead ally. So, like, again, from a beginner standpoint and stuff, I think he helped a lot of accounts. Like, this dude's just like, he's just so tanky and unique and weird. But
he's a unit. He's an absolute unit. I mean, just terrifying with how tanky he can be.
If you hate him and everybody hates him and he's so bad for the game, do you think he needs a nerf?
Hey, what are you doing?
So this is an interesting question, right? Because I kind of fall on sort of the opposite spectrum as you, and that I like counterplay champions being introduced, but I don't want to have to pull shards in order to counter something that's in the arena or something that is, I feel like, too powerful. So I kind of want to be somewhere in the middle where, do I think UDK needs a nerf? I don't think he needs like a giant nerf or anything like that at all. Would I maybe change a little bit of his kit to where maybe he doesn't heal for as much every time the enemy heals? Yeah, something like that. But I think overall, the best way that you could really balance some of these crazy champions like Taurus, Marichka, UDK, whatever, is just take out polymorph. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm a polymorph hater, Ash. I don't know if you know about me, but I am a sheep hater to my core. And I think the reason for that is because I can't counter what they do because I can't place debuffs on them. I can't strip stone skin. So I think that to me is more the issue with a lot of these champs. And I think UDK, if polymorph weren't so powerful, and I know they talked about, you know, balancing it, and please God, balance it well. Then I don't think he would be as much of a problem. He'd still be hard, but not like impossible, right?
Yeah, just the mechanics of polymorph in general, though. Like how do you balance it well? Like it's just the fact that it exists is disruptive, right?
I got thoughts, Ash. I could go like a 20-minute video on polymorph alone.
Well, that's another video. Let's save that for a video on your channel, and let's keep it moving. The dude who I would have under UDK, my number 4 would be Sun Wukong.
Ooh,
I know. I was gonna say brace yourself because I know that you are an arena dude, and Sun Wukong's in every single arena team, similar to UDK. The reason I put Sun Wukong, obviously, I have 2 champions only above him at this point. So I love Sun Wukong, and I think he's the best out of the 3 by obviously not even in comparison in the arena, right? However, with that said, I think compared to the impact that a ninja or an Artak can have on an account, and it comes back to the same thing we keep saying, compared to the overall impact that a ninja or an Artak can have on every other area compared to Sun Wukong outside of the arena, I think that I would err towards them. I'm curious. Obviously, you didn't have Sun Wukong next. I'm curious if you had a number 1.
You know what? Because I love Arena, yeah, I would love to put him number 1, but I think that does a disservice because I do think he doesn't have nearly as much use in a lot of other content. So I don't think I would actually put him number 1 overall for the vast majority of the accounts. But man, that monkey, Ash, he is terrifying in Arena. He does everything. He's so versatile. I mean, like he's crazy.
He kills, he polymorphs.
Yes. I saw your video recently on him, I think, where you built him to nuke hard, you know, unleash the beast.
He does everything, man. He comes back to life, full turn meter. Yes. It's ridiculous.
He's just so good. So I don't know if I would have him next, but I can't fault you for putting him there based on who we have left. Because I really feel like we're almost splitting hairs at this point because these champions are so good.
They're all A plus S tier. You can debate, but they're all right there. Okay, so you're up. Would you, well, answer my question. Would you have gone Sun Wukong number 3 in your list, or would you have gone higher, 2 or 1?
I would have gone Sun Wukong, I think, number 2 for me. I think he would have gone number 2. Okay, I know who it is.
I already know because you already said his name.
I'm putting Artak at number 3, okay? Don't hate me.
Artak is my number 1, bro.
That's your number. This is great. I love
you were talking about him way back in Rhonda in this video, and I'm like, no, don't put Artak.
Yep. I'm doing it. And I think, you know why? I think I'm biased. I'll be honest.
He's not an arena champ.
He's not an arena champ. I don't use him nearly as much. In fact, you know, in full disclosure, until Centranos, I didn't use him at all, which is embarrassing. Maybe.
No, it's not, man. No, it's not. Yeah,
I'm a dirty pay-to-win player. You know, Kraken. That's who I am. I can't lie.
Big hello. Big let's be friends.
So for me, I just don't use him as much as I do the other champs, and I think that's why, even though his kit is incredible, why I put him at that 3 spot for me, because I just don't get as much use out of him as I do some of the other champs on my account.
Okay, so you have Artak next. I have him 1. That means that, well, my thoughts on Artak, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I think he's the best PvE, obviously, champion ever given out for free. 3 AoEs. I mean, you can have control potential in stun sets. You have instant activations. You have a burn placer. You have a tanky HP-based champion. You have HP burn extension. You have AoE decrease attack. I mean, think about back in the day, if you just like started an account with an Artak, you'd be like, what? Like,
yeah,
you just breeze through content, you know?
Good. Like, maybe I'm buying what you're selling pretty hard here, because I'm thinking about, like, yeah, that does sound. Like, I'm doing the free-to-play challenge right now with Hades. I'm like, that does sound really nice. I would like to have all of those things very badly.
We both do very good sell jobs on making the other person feel bad about the other champion. So that only leaves. So your number 1, it sounds like, is Ninja.
I use, you know why? Because I still use Ninja in so much content. I use Ninja in Sand Devil.
Yeah.
I use Ninja in like some other like
Doom Tower stuff, like the Griffin or whatever.
Yes,
yeah,
like you know, stuff like that. Like I still use Ninja a lot, and that maybe I just have a soft spot in my heart for him, and I think you could absolutely make the you know, now that you're talking about it, like yeah, maybe Artak deserves to be above him, but maybe it's just because he was
they're
like,
quite. You don't see Artak solo in Sand Devil, you know. So.
No, you know, like, and I think that's why I just love him so much, and he does some incredible stuff and can really put out some incredible damage, and again, you can use him in arena. You know what I mean? Here's the arena guy coming out. Like he is actually useful in lower level arena.
Yeah.
He's got a freeze. He can do different stuff. So yeah. So I love Ninja, you know, he's my boy.
So my list was Artak, Ninja, Sun Wukong, UDK, Rhonda, Rathalos, Rhonda rather, Deliana, Alexander, and your list was Ninja,
Sun Wukong,
Artak,
yes,
UDK,
Artak, UDK, Rhonda, I think, yes, Rhonda,
Rathalos,
Deliana, Alexander.
All right, guys, those are our lists. Go ahead and leave in the comments below. Where do you have problems? I don't want to hear any of this baloney from you guys, my lovely viewers, about you guys are on crack about Rhonda. I want to hear your list because it's easy to criticize, but when you have to rank these, when you have to rank them, it gets a little trickier, as we saw in today's video. Listen, Big Papa Drock, pleasure to have you on, man. Let's go record a video on your channel. I'll link it for the folks in the show notes in the pinned comment. Thanks for coming on, man.
Ash, thank you so much for the opportunity, man. I mean, I said this when I was on Hades' channel, but you and him were the first creators that I ever tapped into when I started this raid journey, and what an honor to get to come on here and rap. And this was way harder than I thought. So
I thought you were gonna get a little easy one, a little layup here with the ranking the free champs. It's tough. It's tough.
It was way harder than I thought. So yeah, thank you so much, man, for the opportunity.
Problem, man.
I really appreciate it.
Guys, thanks for watching till the end, and as always, take care, guys.